we're live. And we had a little bit of a glitch there. Every time it rains, pennies from heaven. Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven? You'll find your fortune falling all over town. Be sure that your umbrella is upside down. There it is. Trade them for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the things you love, you must have showers. So when you hear it thunder, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. So when you hear it thunder, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. All right, Pennies from Heaven, 1936. Pennies from Heaven, 1936. Music by Arthur Johnston. Words by John Burke. Arthur Johnston is the music. John Burke is the lyrics. I'm a big fan of that song. I first heard that song seeing the movie when I was a kid, Pennies from Heaven. The Steve Martin, I think Bernadette Peters. Ba-dee-da-da-da-da-da. Don't run under a tree. Hey, Neurogeezer. Neurogeezer says not running under a tree during a thunderstorm is very good advice. Right. Yeah, that's supposed to be not so safe. Also, don't run with scissors. Okay. Ba-ba-da-dee-dee-dee-dee. Thank you, Z. That's very, very kind of you. Hello. Let me see who's all here. Howdy ho. Aloha. Hello, Richard. Hello, Neurogeezer. Hello, Mobius. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining. I didn't know if I was going to make it in time, and I kind of didn't make it in time. I usually start right on the nose at 9. I went over to Queens to a club called QED, which is a really nice performance venue where they do comedy and storytelling and music and other stuff. And a friend of mine was performing. It was actually the first time I ever met him in person. The friend is someone who's been a guest on this show. So when this show started back in July, I had a guest every night. And one of my guests, he was on a couple of times, was Brandon Etheridge. Brandon Etheridge has this incredible show. I knew him from his memes. It's called Musical Memes. He takes kind of viral videos and then turns them into songs. And it's really skillful. It's really original. It's kind of ingenious, very funny sometimes. You should look him up, Musical Memes. And so he has a live show where he does a bunch of his stuff and he plays it live with the videos running in the background. Musical Memes. So I went over and saw that show. And yeah, it was great. It was very cool to see it in person. Musical Memes, check him out. Brandon Etheridge. It's very original, very funny. Here's Fafi. The dogs. So I was here. I got here just like a couple of minutes before 9. Set up. I was all set up, ready to start at 9, and then the dogs ran in, knocked over my drink. Things started going haywire. Speaking of which, where is my drink? It's crazy. It's one of those nights. But what was very impressive with Brandon in his live show, when he started his live show, there was a real technical glitch. So he has an audience there, and suddenly something in the club isn't working with their with their electronics. And I was very impressed because he just kept it together, kept going, solved the problem, got the show started. But it takes a lot of aplomb, plum with a B. It takes a lot of aplomb to keep it going when stuff is just going haywire. But I know, interestingly, sorry, I'm going to keep looking for my drink while we talk here. This is it's very weird. It's just a bottle of seltzer, and when it got knocked over, I moved it, I guess. But where would I have put it? There's only, and the dog's running around, very agitated. I don't know what she's doing. Okay, Poppy, you want to jump up? Oh man, this is one of those shows where things are just, yeah, it happens sometimes. Okay, this is Poppy. She now wears a diaper in the house. Hey, Poppy, what's up? Because of her advanced age. Do we have any idea what happened to my bottle of seltzer? Did you happen to take it? Did you happen to take it away? Anyone? I had my Topo Chico. Oh, David is asking for a song. Love of My Life by Queen. Okay, I will sing that. I'll add that. Love of My Life. Oh, Z asked for that. Love of My Life. I'll look at that. Any advice on decluttering? I wish I had advice on decluttering. I'm not a good declutterer. I'm good at cluttering. If you need someone to come over and clutter for you, you know that Marie Kondo, the life-changing art of cleaning up. She'll come to your house and they'll shoot it for Netflix and she'll clean out all your junk. I'll do the opposite. I'll come over with my junk. We can film it, and you'll have more junk than when you started. But it'll be curated junk. I think part of the Fafi, hey, stop that. She's scratching the carpet. She's agitated. My God. I think part of the appeal of that show, it has nothing to do with the cleaning up or with the philosophy of cleaning up. I've never seen the show, so I'm really flying by the seat of my pants here. But I think what it is, like with a lot of shows, people just like being told what to do. And people like seeing other people being told what to do. That's why cooking shows are popular. I can't stand watching cooking shows. I don't want to watch other people cook. I have no interest in it. I don't want to watch other people eat. I'm happy to cook. I like cooking. I like eating. I don't want to watch other people. I'm not interested in those shows. And I know they're wildly popular. But I think part of what's popular is people just like to sit there and have someone else tell them what to do. So that's why like a contest show is really popular, where you watch a quote unquote master chef tell other chefs what to do and then tell them what they're doing wrong. People love to critique and give their feedback and give their opinion. Oh, you made tacos. Yes, the importance of cluttering. That would be good. You should write a book about cluttering. Okay, David, that's a good idea. I'm going to do it. A friend of mine had a suggestion the other day in the swimming pool. He said, put on a weighted vest and go for a swim. No, he didn't say that to me. I have this weighted vest that I've been walking around with. And I know some people have given advice. They've said, oh, don't do it. It's bad for your joints. So I wrote to the company. I said, how can I be careful? Because when I've talked about this weighted vest with people, they've said, you can wear it, but be careful with your joints. Excuse me, how can you be careful with your joints? If you're walking around with the weighted vest, that's what you're doing. How can you walk around carefully? Do you walk on tiptoes? I don't know what to do. So they wrote back. They had some suggestions. Anyway, in the pool, I was thinking the one place, the safety advice for a weighted vest is the way to be careful is don't go near any bodies of water. But anyway, this friend said to me when I made some comment, he said, it was just three of us swimming at that point. And I said something, and my friend Drew said to the other person, "Oh, you've been Ethanized." So he took my name, Ethan, and made it a kind of menacing concept of being Ethanized. And then I thought that would be a really aggressive, potentially unpleasant show idea, where I just go out on the street and, well, I don't know, give advice and then say, "You've been Ethanized." I don't know. Maybe I'm going to do it. But maybe one of the Ethanizing things is I'll just go to your house and clutter it up. Don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. Ba, 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 da, da, da. Oh, I like that. Mobius has a rule, like an example for a rule from my cluttering book, How to Clutter. It's a very good idea. I should write that book. How to Clutter. Rule 5. There must be at least 5 things on each non-contiguous surface. I like it. An entire chapter. Oh, refrigerator cluttering. Hep. Yes, you've been Ethanized. Oh, Randy, that was the name. Then I was saying that. Aziz Ansari, who's just a great comedian, he has an alter ego, a comedian named Randy, who's that sort of comedian. It's sort of like he's attacking you with his comedy. It's super aggressive. And he would be the kind of person to say, "You've been Ethanized." Ba beep ba ba da dee da. Trade them for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the things you love, you must have showers. So when you hear it thunder, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. When you can no longer move in your home, that's how you know your job is complete. My job is complete here when you literally can't walk around in your house. How to get clutter to spark joy. Yeah. I had a joke on my album about Marie Kondo that she says, you have to pick up every item in your house and say, does it spark joy? So I picked up this soup ladle, and I say, does this soup ladle spark joy? And I picked up every item, and I found that it doesn't. None of it sparks joy. The only thing that sparks joy is buying new stuff. Thank you. Kennedy $50 from hell. Oh, Grey Garden Goals. That's a funny title. Yeah, Grey Gardens was full of clutter. All right, so my friend Brandon's show is great. Watching him just deal with serious technical problems from the club or from the gods or from Con Edison at the beginning was incredible. And it was cool. It was interesting to see a show that's a kind of phone-based show. It's like a TikTok-y kind of thing, a TikTok-y, Instagram-y thing, musical memes, than to see it live. It was cool. The opposite is what is normally, I think, you'd see like a live thing, and then I don't know. Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. I just changed keys. Oh, that was probably the most brilliant of all of Brandon's things was he accompanies this. There was a woman attempting to sing the Star Spangled Banner at CPAC, the Republican cult meeting in 2021. This woman attempts to sing Star Spangled Banner, which is an infamously difficult song to sing. Not to mention that it's kind of full of bombs and other unpleasant stuff. And America the Beautiful should be the anthem, and it was. But Star Spangled Banner we're stuck with. But this woman is singing it a cappella, and she changes keys at least 4 times. She's all over the place. So what Brandon does, you got to look this up. It's absolute genius. It's hilarious. Brandon then accompanies her and goes with her. So he accompanies her in all the different keys that she sings in. And it's just brilliant. And it reminded me that Mobius, please send me a message. Maybe we can co-author this book on cluttering together. You have some really funny ideas. Chapter or whatever, how not to weed your garden. Yes, Anne. Anne is mentioning the duct tape video of Brandon's. So yeah, he did that one tonight also in the show. So I was doing this program in this singing training program in Austria in the summer of '97, and there was a woman there who was trying to sing the Queen of the Night aria from Magic Flute, which is extremely hard. It goes extremely high. It's one of those virtuosic soprano arias with what they call coloratura, a lot of kind of notes flying around really quickly and really stratospherically. So this woman was having trouble hitting the high notes. She was coming in a little flat. So the accompanist there, who was accompanying her on a keyboard, he did the same thing. He started playing her note a little bit flat because she was singing it flat. He took it down a half step, which was a little bit mean, honestly, because he was underscoring the challenge. But that reminded me of it. Anyway, love is a burning thing. If it's a burning thing, see a doctor. Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring, bound by wild desires. I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire. Is this a romantic song? He's going into a ring of fire. By the way, this song, words and music by June Carter and Merle Kilgore. That's a name. Merle Kilgore. Wow. Taste, the taste. The taste of love is sweet. Oh, there we go. Okay. The taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours beat. When hearts like ours beat, the taste of love is sweet. When they don't beat, we're dead. So I guess we're not in love at that point. Although the taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours beat. I think he means when they beat together, when they beat in unison. But there was no room for that in the poetry, in the rhythm. The taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours beat. I fell for you like a child. Oh, but the fire went wild. I fell for you like a child. What does that mean? Oh, I guess like a toddler falls when he's trying to walk. I guess that's what he means. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. Burr, and it burns, burns, and it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire. Love is a burning thing. He tripped over Legos. Yeah, maybe that's what happened. I don't know what happened. Oh, man. They must be shooting a chase scene in a movie here tomorrow because normally, so my friend Sandy owns this diner right across the street, which is not an active diner anymore. It was for a while. It was this place called Relish, and then it was La Esquina, then it was a coffee operation. Now it's empty, but it gets used as it has all these years. It's been used for many, many movies. Lots of movie shoots, music video shoots. But usually they'll restrict parking for like just one block. But today they're putting up cones and they're blocking off parking for like a 3 or 4 block radius, 3 block radius. So I'm assuming they're going to be shooting a chase. It's got to be a car chase scene, which makes parking challenging. But it's worth it because we get the entertainment. I think I've probably mentioned this before, but you can see the diner featured in Swim Fan, which was a late 90s kind of cheesy thriller called Swim Fan. You can also see it in, there's an Alec Baldwin spy movie where he's sitting in that diner, I think with Matt Damon. And then there's the music video, My Milkshake. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. It's a dairy industry. It's a non-vegan. I don't know if it's hip hop. I think it's hip hop. Yeah. I think it was a popular video. Check that out. My milkshake. Or my milkshakes. My milkshake. Yeah. Shall We Gather at the River? Here's a song by Robert Lowry. Shall We Gather at the River? No, we shall not, because I don't know that song. I did gather at the river today myself. We met this nice dog down at the East River the other day named Bruno, and a beautiful Weimaraner who was playing fetch, and he couldn't get his ball, or he wouldn't get his ball, so I went in and got the ball. And then I was back there today, and I was there with Fafi, with the little dog, and Bruno was there. I went there to go for a swim, and something I hadn't seen before, right here on the north side of Williamsburg, some people had brought their collapsible kayaks. I don't know if you've seen these things, but these kayaks that they fold up, they're made out of some synthetic material. They fold up into a knapsack, and then you can deploy them. You just walk to the river and deploy them. So these people were going for a kayak. There were dogs fetching. I was swimming. It was like the country right here in Brooklyn. It was cool. I did not grab the ball in my teeth, or the boy. I grabbed nothing in my teeth. I did see a hypodermic needle when I was swimming out, but it was covered. The tip was covered. Normally the water is pretty inviting. And hypodermic needle, I guess it's hypothetically dangerous, but you don't want to be hypersensitive or hyperbolic about it. It's just a hypodermic needle. So it was fine. I just swam by it. My milkshakes bring all the boys to the yard. Exactly. Noro Geezer, you found it. Those are the lyrics. Yeah. It's a subtle reference to mammalian activity. I fell into a burning ring of fire. As he sings down, 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 the voice goes up, up, up. I went down, down, down. That's interesting. That's a great point, Anne. As Johnny Cash, or June Cash, who wrote it, as the music goes, I went down, 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 instead of I went down, down, down. That's so funny. I didn't notice that. Very cool. Fire is dangerous. Merle Kilgore sounds very 2025. Yes. Brunhilde was sequestered in a ring of fire. That's exactly right, Neurogeezer. That's how the whole ring cycle ends with that. Or is that the end of the Valkyrie? Maybe it's the end of whatever it is. One of those operas ends with her enclosed in a ring of fire. Good point. Oh, here it is. The song that 22. Please look up that 2021 CPAC meeting where this person attempts to sing the Star Spangled Banner and sings it in 4 or 5 keys. It's amazing. Check out musical memes of that. It's amazing. Wait, Snicks, when you say did someone clip the milkshake line, do you mean just clip? You mean did they put it in the chat here, or did someone like sample it? Sorry, I don't know what that means. Okay, here it is. Francis Scott Key wrote the words. That's interesting because that person sang it in Francis Scott Keys. Okay. Whoa, 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 say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail? See, it's all over the place. You gotta get this right in the correct key, or else you're jumping around. At the twilight's last gleam, I sang this. I think I mentioned I sang it a cappella at the Waldorf about 25 years ago. It was an evening. It was a celebration of the Polish Cultural Foundation, and I had sung in their competition and then done some concerts at this place, the Kościuszko Foundation. So at their gala, or gala if you prefer, at their gala, I sang the Polish national anthem and the American national anthem, and I was doing it a cappella. And I started the Star Spangled Banner. After having sung the Polish one, I sang the American one. I started it a little too high. So then as I was singing, I was like, oh boy, where is this going? I made it through, but I made my life more difficult than it needed to be. Whoa, whoa, say, can you see? Oh, David says, oi, a pro-slave song. I guess the Star Spangled Banner, if you continue into the verses that aren't normally sung. Yeah, I think that's what you're talking about. It was, if this was Twitch, you could clip it. Do we need to stand? Good question. Oh, do you need to stand? No, you're allowed to take a knee. I wasn't going to really go ahead and sing that. I just happened to notice that it's in this book, The Daily Ukulele. Are we all standing? Funny, yeah. Hey, Donald. Hey, everybody. Yes, Neurogeezer points out it is the end of Valkyrie, which is part 3 of the ring cycle, where she ends up in a ring of fire. Then Siegfried finds her at the end of Siegfried, and he's able to find her because she's in a ring of fire, so she's well lit. Okay, Snicks, send me more information about that. I don't know what that means, but clip it, all that. I don't know any of that. I don't know what any of that means. Yes, Richard, the Star Spangled Banner starts, and isn't that terrible? The song is already kind of unappealing in its way, but then it's now been polluted by the whole horrible right-wing nonsense. Yes, CPAC 2021. That's the one. Look it up. Yeah. Oh, Gene Simmons. Yes, I gotta include more makeup in my act. Like a little kiss. Good idea. All right, the time has flown by. Although I think I mentioned this the other day. I'm trying to read this book. I just started it. It seems really engrossing, but I've been moving slowly through it. But it's by this guy Collodi, Collodi, I think, or Collodi. He writes about time. Trying to learn about time. But apparently it doesn't actually flow. We think of time as flowing. We think all these things about time. But all the things we think about time, apparently, are misconceptions, misapprehensions, or just we come up with ideas about time to explain it and to feel it, but they aren't really accurate. Yes, Neurogeezer points out one other really bad thing about the national anthem. It ends on a high note on an E vowel, which is often not pleasant or fun to sing. Someone pointed out that there's a really nice song from, my friend Doug pointed out, there's a really nice song from Sunset Boulevard. So I watched Glenn Close singing it, and I watched Patti LuPone singing it, and I listened to Barbra Streisand singing it, and that also ends on an E vowel, on the word me. It ends on the word me on a high note. And you could listen to those three doing it with varying levels of David asks, if you could go back in time, would you kill baby Einstein? Definitely not. But if I could, I might go back in time and kill the inventor of baby Mozart. Baby Mozart, I think, was some trend of CDs to play for your kid. Love is a burning thing, makes a fiery ring. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, hate to go out in a storm, but if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Sort of that didn't really quite happen. Oh, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. All right, that's my Let It Snow, Jewel Stein, and Sammy Kahn. Sammy Kahn, look at that. Jewel Stein and Sammy Kahn. Since the weather has suddenly turned warm, a nice winter song. All right, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Ethan. This is the No Show. And I like to end the show with always, because I'm here always, every night at 9, always. Bop, buddy. Yeah, Let It Snow is a beautiful song, I gotta say. I'll be loving you. I'll be here at 9, always. Every night at 9, always. If you're out of wine, all day long been crying, I'm still here at 9, always, always. Days may not be fair, always. That's when I'll be there, always. Not just for an hour, not just for a day, not just for a year, but always. Always, every night at 9. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. On May 2nd, I'm going to have a guest on the after show, on the Mo Show. Katie Pink, a singer-songwriter who was playing her album, her new beautiful CD, or album, or whatever you call it, at the cafe, at Oslo Cafe. So she's going to be a guest. She said she'd like to come on and promote. So that's May 2nd. I think that's Thursday night. But the no-show, the no-show right here at 9, it's me. I'm talking. I'm singing. I'm answering your questions. And I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Have a good night.